Hello and welcome to my writing corner. I am a lover of stories and I want to help you become a better writer. Today, let's take a look at how to outline before writing by taking a look at how to write an outline in 5 steps. As a writer, I know that one of the most important steps in completing your work is planning it. Whether you're writing a story for your class or for fun to share with friends, or you need to write something for your work, or you want to become a professional writer, you need to start by creating an outline. This will help you keep track of every event and character and keep your story on track. By planning out key events in advance, you can be sure that no huge plot holes will arise from changing things near the last minute. An example that may help illustrate the importance of planning is imagining you want to set out to make a cake. Without a plan, it's easy to end up with a cake that turns into a disaster when you're finished icing it. Before you start making your cake, sketch out how the final product is going to look and what kind of flavors are going to be included in the frosting mix. This will make sure that you don't accidentally use more blue than green food coloring in your frosting or mess up the chocolate chip cookie crumbs on top. Often in television series, the writers imagine how they'd like it to end, what the last shot looks like, then they have to end up there in believable steps. This allows for an end state to strive for. The best way to plan your story is to outline. An outline is an organizational tool you use to keep track of all the topics and points you plan to include in a piece of writing. Knowing how to outline is a great advantage when you're doing any kind of writing, from research papers to creative writing. But what is an outline? An outline is a blueprint for writing. Outlines list the topics you plan to cover and the order they will go in. Outlines should help write your first draft as they show you what to write and when. They consist of 2 parts, the outline itself and then the details. At the same time, details are facts that are examples or statistics to back up what is being said in the outline. When it's time to write your draft, you follow the order of the outline. There are 5 steps that we'll cover to build a solid outline. Step 1: research and gather sources. There are 2 types of writing: creative and analytical. Analytical writing involves researching and collecting evidence to back up a thesis. For creative writing, that means brainstorming and coming up with ideas, which may also involve research within the specific genre. If the outline is a blueprint that contains the structure and details, then you need to research your topic to gather your sources or gather your creative ideas. Step 2: generate a list of topics you want to cover. At this point, you have a bunch of research or creative ideas that need to be refined into a group of topics. Since paragraphs should deal with only one main topic, these topics will be the building blocks of the writing. Don't forget to connect details like statistical data or a creative idea to their most relevant paragraph topic. When you know what you want to write, whether it's a researched argument or creative content, the next step is to organize it. The most common and effective way to organize topics is by paragraph. Step 3: write down the best order to discuss the topics in. Once you have a scattered list of topics, the next step is to decide the best order that makes sense to present these topics. One thing to consider is transitions from topic to topic. For example, a topic may require some context or background for the reader for them to understand it or for it to flow. Some topics should be discussed earlier to prepare the reader for more complex topics later on. One simple way to choose order is simply to have a chronological timeline of topics. One way to always think in writing is that you'll need to rewrite. This goes for the outline as well, and so think of this as the first draft of your outline. You'll be able to move things around later if you don't like how it's organized or if you need something that you hadn't thought of. Step 4: plug in the details. Once the outline is complete and the structure of the document is defined, then it's time to start filling in the details from the research or creative ideas phase. Now the work that went into planning pays off as the details start to be plugged into the structure of the outline in the proper topic. The lack of gaps in planning may start to emerge at this step as well. Be prepared to go back and do some research or creative thinking if details are missing at this stage. As you iterate through the outline associating details, the outline will improve and grow. Step 5. Rewrite. After you create a working outline with details, you can review it for areas to improve. This is where problem areas may emerge as you review the structure and details as a whole and can determine that the order can be improved, or there are repetitive areas, or there may not be enough evidence or points in a certain topic. Sometimes the writing would flow better if the paragraph order was rearranged, and so now is a great time to revise the order. Writing is rewriting, and the same holds for the outline. This is also a perfect opportunity to have someone else review the outline. A reviewer can notice things that you haven't as you are too close to them and may not spot an obvious mistake right in front of you. Taking a break or coming at it the next day can also help to provide a fresh look at the outline for you and help you notice problems you missed before. With those 5 steps, you should be able to outline your next writing project. If you've enjoyed this video, consider liking it. It helps the channel out, and subscribe for your weekly dosages of writing tips. Until next time, keep writing.